miners driving big trucks and carrying heavy machinery near her crop fields. They were workers of Wieland, a coal mining company. While the government had already given the company a license to operate a mine right by her village, Nakomba and her neighbors first heard about the mine when they saw the trucks. They were told the company needed the land. As a result, her family was forced to sell 2 cows to cover the expenses needed to build a new home, and they lost some of their fields. Later on, the company started using coal to fill holes in the dust road leading from the main road to the mine. Nakomba believes that some of the coal floated into her remaining fields by the road and caused her harvest to decrease significantly. The mining company cut the community's existing drinking water supply by destroying the water pipes running through the mining area. They left the community with a few boreholes and river water for drinking and domestic use. Nakomba used to have access to tap water near her house. Since the pipes were destroyed, she has to make the strenuous hike down to the river about 4 times a day to fetch water. She worries that the river may be polluted from the mine, and she is uncertain if the water from the river is safe to drink. Indigenous people are frequently affected by mining. The Dayak, an indigenous tribe in Indonesia, are fighting coal mining in the territories on the island of Kalimantan. Some communities there have been forcibly relocated more than once by mining activities. One of Colombia's mines impacts a region where 45% of the population are indigenous people and 7.5% are descended from Africans. In Australia, coal mines are often found in Aboriginal territories. In Russia, open cast mines surround the settlements of the territories and shores. Siberian Turkic people. The resulting dust and wastewater have destroyed the hunting and fishing grounds. In Colombia, the Gunadule are now struggling against the same fate. The government has awarded a South Korean firm concession to extract coal in the area without consulting the local people. The sound generated by transport vehicles and large machinery are the main sources of noise mine open pit mining. The noise level can reach 90 dB above, sometimes as high as 120 dB. This level often extends far beyond national standards. Noise environment not only damages listening mechanisms, causing insomnia, fatigue, dizziness, memory loss, and other symptoms, and affects sleep and rest, but also harm people's physical and mental health. This type of mining is particularly damaging to the environment because strategic minerals are often only available in small concentrations, which increase the amount of ore needed to be mined. Environmental hazards are present during every step of the open pit mining process. Hard rock mining exposes rock that has lain unexposed for geological eras. When crushed, these rocks expose radioactive elements, asbestos-like minerals, and metallic dust. Mining is an inherently invasive process that can cause damage to a landscape in an area much larger than the mining site itself. The effects of this damage can continue years after a mine is shut down, including the addition to greenhouse gases, death of flora and fauna, and erosion of land and habitat. The open mining makes most negative impact on the hydrosphere. This applies not only to the water spaces in the immediate vicinity of the open pit, but also remote to a distance of several tens of kilometers. When that rock material is pushed off the edge of the now flattened mountain, it ends up dissolving a lot of minerals into the water. Things like iron, magnesium, calcium, and organisms can't tolerate that, so it kills organisms in the stream. And so that material, that water, that is now heavily polluted, runs out of the base of the valley, fell into streams, and eventually into rivers below. They also store the mining waste in these huge earthen dams, and they're holding back billions of gallons of toxic sludge that's leaking into the drinking water. Mining operations and quarries cause air pollution by gases and solid particles. The spread of the substance to the air and its accumulation near the sources of removal is very intensive. A large amount of dust enters the atmosphere from the enriching factories. Much of its sources are also drilling and blasting operations in quarries, loading and unloading operations, and the movement of heavy vehicles on dirt roads. Slowly, 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 they are killing us. There is a level of violence created by the mines, because they bring division. The officers in charge of the mine operations register false criminal cases against us. Coal is synonym with death. The disappearance, for example, of the cemeteries of the Vayu and Afro-descendants located in the mining zones, which now belong to Syrian, signify a cultural disconnection that goes beyond our comprehension and has to do with ancestry and spiritual traditions, don't allow a dignified life and that begin to negate the possibility to see a future. These places are not just physically important to people, but they're spiritually important to people, and once they're gone forever.